Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Ashley Pickens. If you're new here, welcome. I have been in real estate since 2006 as a real estate agent, also as a real estate broker, over agents, but most of y'all know me as your auction mama. I am the one that says going once, going twice, sold at the courthouse. I auction off foreclosures here in Shelby County all the way to Nashville and parts of Mississippi. So you guys, let's talk foreclosures, top 10 housing markets with the most foreclosure starts in March. Okay, so let's jump into this. Are y'all seeing foreclosures where you are? What do you think? I challenge all of you all to go to auction.com or go to propwire.com. Those are both free platforms. They're both, if I can talk, both free platforms where you can look up like distressed properties. PropWire, you got to make a login, but it's free. And if you're familiar with PropStream is $99. PropWire is free. So go in there, check it out, put in your zip code, filter it by pre-foreclosures, and see what pops up in your area. So this report shows that 93,953 U.S. properties had a foreclosure filing during the first quarter of 2025, an 11% increase from the previous quarter. Highest foreclosure rates were Delaware, Illinois, Nevada, Indiana, and South Carolina. Let's see. Foreclosure starts were initiated on 68,794 properties, a 14% increase from the previous quarter. States with the highest number of foreclosure starts, well, cities with the highest number of foreclosure starts: Chicago, New York City, Houston, Texas, Miami, and Philadelphia. But let's talk about the top 10 U.S. housing markets, metro areas with the highest amount of foreclosures right now. Let's start with number one. I would do like a count 10 to 1, but we're going to do 1 to 10 so I don't confuse myself trying to read this article. So, number one on the list, we have Chicago, Naperville, Elgin area with 1,254 foreclosure starts. You guys, if I say one of these cities wrong, just tell me how to say it. Y'all know how I do. Just give me a little grace, okay? So, that's number one. Number two is New York, Newark, Jersey City area with 1,202 foreclosure starts. Next, Houston, The Woodlands, Sugarland, Texas with 1,064 foreclosure starts. Next up, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Florida with 805 foreclosure starts. Next, we have Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Texas with 691 foreclosure starts. Y'all, these are like some nice areas, aren't they? You know, from what I know, isn't Sugarland, Texas supposed to be really good? West Palm Beach, y'all look, big and small. If you don't pay your mortgage, the lender will call. Bars, y'all got it. The lender will come calling. Next up, okay, so I said Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Los Angeles, Long Beach, Anaheim, California, 619 foreclosure starts. Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Roswell, Georgia, with 522 new foreclosure starts for March. So, you guys, y'all should probably, if you're an investor, start checking out the auction. You know, Texas and Georgia, y'all auction the first Tuesday of the month, which is coming up. It's not next week, but the next week, because today is April 22nd. So y'all will have auctions the first Tuesday of the month. Texas and Georgia, go to the auction. They are open to the public. It looks like more and more properties are coming down the pipeline if you're an investor interested in that. Okay, next, Atlanta, Sandy Springs, Roswell, Georgia. I think I said that already. Had 522 foreclosure starts. Riverside, San Bernardino, Ontario, California had 499 foreclosure starts. I think this is number 9. We're at number 9 on the list. Philadelphia, Camden, Wilmington had 465 foreclosure starts. And number 10 is Phoenix, Mesa, Scottsdale, Arizona area with 463 new foreclosure starts for the month of March. You guys, I always say foreclosure comes in 3 different phases. The first phase, the homeowner gets behind on their mortgage, usually 3 months, but we're seeing that it's much longer than 3 months for a lender to file. That's the first phase. Notice of default is filed. The auction is scheduled. That's the second phase. And then the property is repossessed. That is the third and final phase, also known as REO properties, right? If you missed my foreclosure masterclass last week, it should be right below or a couple below this video. It says masterclass right on it. Y'all can go watch it and check it out and learn all about the foreclosure process. And if you're thinking about investing, what part you should invest in. I have a masterclass coming up on Thursday, this Thursday, April 24th. So depending on when you're watching it, it might be tonight, it might be tomorrow, or you might have already missed it. But anyways, if you are watching this before April 24th, go register. It's all about pre-foreclosures. A lot of y'all are like, I can't go to the auction. They bid up too quick. I don't have cash to go to the auction. So a lot of you like to maybe reach out to the homeowner before the property goes up for auction. So we're going to talk about how to find pre-foreclosures, how to find the foreclosure trustees, all that kind of stuff. It's a really good masterclass. It was supposed to be an hour and it went for 3 hours last time. So maybe it's kind of like some continuing education, college credit when you come to my masterclass, let me tell you. And so I always leave you with resources and you can ask questions and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, check out that masterclass. And then May's mentorship is open and enrolling. So if you're interested in that, check that out, you guys. So you guys, what do you think? What are you seeing where you live? Are foreclosures on the rise? Is inventory rising where you live? You know what I mean? I've started counting like for sale signs. When I'm driving, I'm like, okay, there's 1, 2. You used to didn't see any for sale signs. And now there's about 2 or 3 on each street, honestly. So I was looking at this article and it's saying that 44% of home sellers are giving concessions to buyers. Shout out to dailyjobcuts.com. They always share my videos and they always have like really good articles. So Redfin's article, 44% of home sellers are giving concessions to buyers, just shy of the highest level on record. Maybe these sellers trying to get their house sold, and it's turning into a buyer's market in most areas, right? I mean, unless you live like, I know y'all, it's still, houses are still getting bid up. I know you live in the promised land. You live in a utopia. I know. The rest of the country, we are seeing inventory rising and houses are sitting on the market a lot longer. So it says more sellers are offering concessions as rising housing costs and economic uncertainty makes buyers nervous. And interest rates sitting at what, 7%? If you got some good credit, at 7%, if your credit a little shaky, you're going to be over 7%. And then having to come up with the money and these jobs looking a little shaky too. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of families and people, even if you don't have a family, you might just be having a conversation with yourself, talking about we might need to cut back and save some money and pack our own lunch and share a car, and you know what I mean? Like, we need to find some activities that don't cost any money. Let's just go walk in the park and swing on the swing and slide on the slides. You know what I mean? We don't have to go to the movies. We got movies at home. We got Chick-fil-A at home. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people are having these conversations with the price of eggs going up. You know what I mean? So I don't blame you. You know, get your finances in order. You know what I mean? And nobody's job safe. Even if your job is safe right now, it probably won't be safe in the next 5 to 10 years. You know what I mean? It says in Seattle, let me get back to this article. In Seattle, 71% of sellers are giving concessions, the highest rate among the metros Redfin analyzed and nearly double the share from a year ago. Seattle. It's a lot of rain in Seattle, isn't it? I don't know, you guys. So it says economic jitters are also prompting some buyers to back out of deals. 13% of pending home sales were canceled in March. Home sellers gave concessions to buyers in 44.4% of U.S. home sale transactions. Maybe if you a buyer, you better ask for everything. I need some closing costs. Can you leave that dining room table? I want all these appliances. If you got eggs in the refrigerator, you need to leave them too. You know what I mean? Leave that lawnmower in the back so I don't have to pay anybody to cut this grass. You know, you ask for everything. Ask for everything. And I feel like I was talking to a friend and I was like, right now, I guess, I don't know. I was kind of thinking like if you were buying a house, maybe going to builders is the way to go, since they can buy down your rate and you can ask for all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? You can negotiate that price because they're the builder. And like I said, they're buying down your rate, but you got to be careful with builders too, you guys. There's some builders you just don't need to go to. I'm not going to call any names. But there's some builders that you just better off staying where you are. You know what I mean? So just make sure you do a thorough inspection. Even when you're getting a new build, you guys, still get a home inspection on that property. Okay? I don't care what the builder says. I don't care what anybody says. I know it's brand new, right? I know you're seeing them laying those bricks and all that kind of stuff. Get a home inspection. Okay? So, sellers are increasingly handing out concessions because the housing market has tilted in favor of buyers. Well, shout out to buyers. It might be a buyer's market if you've been waiting, but just make sure you negotiate, okay? Make sure you negotiate for sure. And if you are somebody who is in foreclosure, you guys, don't, a lot of y'all, which I agree, if you're behind on your mortgage, yeah, you can put your house on the market and sell it before the auction or before foreclosure, but communicate with your lender. Don't just put your house on the market and think you can outrun an auction. Most of the time you cannot outrun an auction. And like it's horrible for a buyer to be in negotiation with you or to be under contract with your house knowing you're in foreclosure, and then I end up auctioning your house off and a buyer has a contract on it, right? So just communicate. Usually the lender will postpone an auction if there's a contract on that property, okay? So keep that in mind. And if you're behind on your mortgage, you guys, talk to your lender, communicate, ask for assistance. If your home does go up for auction, request your excess funds, okay? That means anything over that opening bid or your loan balance is due back to you, the homeowner. Excess funds, overages, surplus, whatever you want to call it. You are entitled to those funds, okay? So just remember that. But that's it, you guys. So concessions are rising most in Seattle and Portland. Very interesting. I'll make sure to link all of these articles down below. Yeah, Portland, Oregon saw the next biggest increase, up 14.2 percentage points to 63.9%, which was the second highest rate. Next came Los Angeles, then San Jose, and then Houston. After Seattle and Portland, the highest concession rates are in Atlanta, San Diego, and Denver. Well, you guys, we'll just keep our eyes on the market. Tell me what you're seeing where you are. Are there foreclosures? Are there a lot more for sale signs? Are you buying a house? Are you buying eggs? Or are you buying chickens to have the eggs? You know what I mean? But as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching masterclasses this week. Past masterclasses are down below, you guys. And I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.